In the late autumn of 539 BCE, the Persian army prepared to besiege the world's largest city, Babylon. However, they soon realized that this magnificent city, spanning both banks of the Euphrates River, was simply too vast. Their limited forces were woefully inadequate for such a colossal task. Although Nabonidus had taken a significant portion of the army to the northern front, the defenders within the city and the hastily mobilized militia still outnumbered the rapidly advancing Persian detachments. Moreover, the defensive design of Babylon itself was among the best of that era. A century after the Persians conquered the city of Babylon, the renowned ancient Greek historian Herodotus visited this illustrious metropolis. Although the defensive structures of Babylon had been dismantled by the Persians due to repeated rebellions, the vast remnants left behind left the father of Greek history in awe. The entire city spanned a colossal square, crossing both banks of the Euphrates River. The city walls, constructed with mud bricks and asphalt, were not only towering but also incredibly thick, with a width sufficient for a horse-drawn chariot to race atop. To safeguard these walls from enemy occupation, towers were often constructed in pairs along the front and rear sides of the walls. Such a level of fortification was unparalleled in the world of that time. Within the broad moat, there were 8 city gates named after the city's patron deities. The gates themselves were cast in bronze, exceptionally sturdy. The largest among them was the North Gate, named after the Babylonian war and fertility goddess, Ishtar. Situated adjacent to the Euphrates River, this gate connected to a canal of the moat, stretching for a mile, effectively traversing the entire city. Due to its significance, Nebuchadnezzar II carried out 3 renovations on this gate, constructing a defensive network composed of 4 towers. As for the city's interior, there were robust structures such as the royal palace and the temple of the chief deity, Marduk, which served defensive fortress roles. Ordinary residences, averaging 3 to 4 stories in height, and intricate streets within the city provided advantageous positions for the defending forces to engage in street-by-street defense. Consequently, a direct assault was not a favorable option for capturing Babylon. However, Babylon faced challenges common to many supersized cities, such as potential resource scarcity. In addition to the stockpiles within the city, there were agricultural zones of varying sizes to the east, north, and south of the inner city. These fields were protected by the robust outer walls. Even under siege, Babylon could continue agricultural production. The fertile local lands ensured wheat yields 200 to 300 times the seed sown. Fig, olive, grape, and date palm trees provided a variety of foodstuffs. Since direct assault and siege tactics proved less effective, Cyrus resorted to a strategic approach. Persian forces began digging trenches to the north and east of the city, using the excavated soil to create several large mounds. On these mounds, they pushed up heavy, 2-story-high siege towers to counter the Babylonian archers on the city walls. Near the Ishtar Gate, close to the riverbank, Cyrus ordered the felling of numerous palm trees to construct siege engines. To the defending forces, it seemed like the Persians were preparing for an all-out assault. However, they failed to notice that the water level in the moat was gradually decreasing. Each nightfall, Cyrus dispatched less formidable units to dig new trenches along the northern riverbank. One of the largest trenches became a diversion channel, redirecting the waters of the Euphrates River toward a vast marshland nearby. Originally, this marsh was a man-made lake created by the Babylonians for flood control. Over time, it had fallen into disuse and turned into a swamp. Now, it served as the perfect reservoir for the Persian forces to divert water through their newly dug trenches. As this area was beyond the sight of Babylon and the construction primarily took place during the night, the defenders within Babylon remained blissfully unaware of these activities. Soon, the religious festival in Babylon approached. As the defenders and citizens indulged in a night of revelry aided by food and alcohol, the Persian forces successfully connected the trenches to the Euphrates River's channel. With the water level rapidly dropping, Cyrus divided his forces into 2. A diversionary unit was sent to the west to attack the western district of Babylon, situated on the river's west bank. Simultaneously, Cyrus led his elite forces on a detour to the south of the city, prepared to infiltrate the walls from the stretch of the river where no blockade was established. The Persian forces traveled along the wide waterway, passing through the open gates that were not closed. The conspiratorial group of priests, who had already aligned themselves with the Persians, promptly welcomed them into the city. Seizing the opportunity, the diversionary unit from the west launched an attack and, with the help of the insiders, captured the poorly defended western district. Ironically, due to the revelry's noise and the vastness of the city, the Babylonians in the eastern district remained unaware that the western district had fallen. It was only when the Persian forces advanced into the streets of the eastern district that the city's inhabitants and defenders realized the imminent danger. The invaders had smeared palm oil on their arrows, igniting the wooden parts of the houses upon impact. With roaring flames, the Persian forces swept through the entire city.